Adam, of course, you know him as the American Idol finalist, a Grammy nominee, and so much more. Adam, thanks for joining us on the KDKA Afternoon News.
My pleasure. How are you?
I'm doing well. Have you played Pittsburgh before?
I think we did. Yeah, I think we were there when I was on my tour. Probably about 2.5 years ago. So it's been a while. I'm glad to come back.
We've had. I mean, your appearance is much anticipated here, but I'm kind of interested in getting into how you've been able to really mold not only your music and your style, but really with some activism and issues that are important to you, both as an advocate for LGBT issues and disadvantaged and some other folks. Did you start out with the intention of doing that when you had all the attention from American Idol, or is that something that just kind of developed over the more recent period?
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, when I auditioned for Idol, it was just, hey, I want to get a record deal, I want to sing. And then after everything happened, and I realized the reach that you could have as a celebrity, I started realizing that it would be almost irresponsible of me not to use my visibility for a cause greater than myself, and certain issues just kind of struck me and felt important and felt like I could make a difference with, and so that's why I've gotten involved like I have.
I wonder if you feel sometimes you're taking a risk almost to the detriment of your career, and I say that or ask that because your support of gay rights and especially overseas, and I know some of your concerts there have been issues, there have been protests, there have been government officials who issue warnings and that kind of thing. Do you view it as a risk? Do you view it as something you have to do?
I mean, I'm sure there's in some cases there's certain parts of it that might work against me, but I mean, I figure in 15 years from now, 20 years from now, I don't want to look back with any regret. I want to do what I want to do, and ultimately that integrity is the thing that I think is more important than the immediate sales or measurable success. You know what I mean? I feel like. And I also feel like, between you and I, it's kind of a little bit fun to kind of rile people up.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think you're absolutely right. And certainly in the music business, and although I've read in your background, you talk about really that even in the music industry, that there's so much more ground to be gained. Progress to be made in terms of gay rights issues specifically, even in that industry, let alone talking about banking and transportation and all the more traditional ways that we earn our livings.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I mean I think that there is the music industry is such a broad statement. I think ultimately there are a lot of amazing artists that are identified as gay or lesbian or alternative in some way. I think when I say the music industry, I'm talking about pop music, top 40. That's where it seems to be a bit one or the other. And if you look at, I always say, if you look at the TV film industries, they're doing such amazing work at trying to open people's eyes and open people's minds at other lifestyles. And hopefully the music industry will also begin to explore those kind of concepts as well.
Adam Lambert, who brings his show to Pittsburgh for Pride weekend this Saturday night, June 15th, Liberty Avenue between 9th and 10th. The gates open at 5:30. It's kind of stand-up concert, which is kind of cool. Adam, finally, let me ask you, the other thing I think you've got to feel good about is that so many of your fans have taken a cue from you and do nonprofit work, volunteer work, or simply activism for one thing or another, kind of in your name or in your honor, and that's probably got to make you feel pretty good.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I just think at the beginning, it's really easy to get wrapped up in everything and think, oh, I'm a star and it's all about me. But really, after just a little while of that, I figured, you know what, that's not really what matters. The fact that we can, through my different work with different charities, the fact that my fans have built a community that's so rewarding for me. The fact that they are inspired to also be charitable and to also do activism, and they become friends with each other. It's this really cool family. And I don't know. I think that people want to feel like they belong to something, and people want to be part of a movement or a like-minded discussion or whatever. And I know that my fans are able to do that with each other, and to be able to facilitate that is it's awesome. And like I said, in 20 years from now, I'll be able to look back and just be really proud and feel like I made a difference.
Adam, thanks for joining us. We look forward to your show here on Saturday.
Oh, it's gonna be. We're talking about all this serious stuff, but dude, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Adam Lambert from American Idol and Grammy nominee. Thanks for joining us.